Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Solitude. This essay, Solitude by Henry David Thoreau. This is the group presentation assigned by Vedehime. Uh, this is my whole team. I deal with introduction and Henry David Thoreau brief information. Solitude is an essay which is written by Henry David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau's overall message through this essay is it is a more of a state of mind than something real. People around by the other people would feel more loneliness than people who are physically alone. For Thoreau, being in a solitude is the best way to discover your mind and spirituality and is the best way to know yourself. David Thoreau, timeline 1870 to 1862. Henry David Thoreau was born in Concord on July 12, 1870. He was American essayist, poet, philosopher and naturalist. He was a prominent figure in transcendentalist movement, advocating for spiritual self-discovery and deep connection with nature. Two major works, Civil Disobedience and second, Waldon or Life in the Woods. First, Civil Disobedience, published in 1849, written by Henry David Thoreau. In this essay, Thoreau argued for non-violent resistance, unjust law and government. He advocates individual conscience and moral autonomy, encouraging people to their own principle over obeying laws they find unjust. And second work, Waldon or Life in the Wood, published in 1854, written by Henry David Thoreau. In this essay, Thoreau experiment in transcendentalist living and Waldon found in detail his reflection on simplicity, self-reliance and beauty of nature. Thoreau explored the idea of intentional living and the pursuit of meaningful existence through a connection with the natural world. He died on May 6, 1862 at the age of 44, leaving a lasting legacy as a thinker, writer and environmentalist. Further information I would like to call Riya.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Furthermore, the transcendentalism. What is transcendentalism? It is an 19th century movement of writers and philosophers in New England, and we also know that what is the verbal meaning of transcendentalism, to go beyond something or imagination. And transcendentalism exactly means in this essay is solitude by living lonely. We can say that in Gujarati we have this word ekalta. કોઈકને એકલતા ઝંખ હે તો કોઈકને જે છે એ એકલતા ડંખતી હોય. તો પર્સન ટુ પર્સન ટ્રાન્સેન્ડેન્ટલિઝમનો જે કોન્સેપ્ટ છે એ okay, the concept of transcendentalism is different to person. Okay, the innate goodness of humanity and supremacy of insight over logic and experience for the revelation and deepest truths. Here transcendentalism, we find that by the solitude, the central theme that we find that intentional isolation, that we find that Thoreau himself isolated near Waldon Pound in a cabin for emphasizing the value of this solitude, individual anatomy. Next, Thoreau commitment to individualism, rejecting social exertion in favor of personal anatomy. By this essay, solitude, that we find, and nature and spiritual reflection. Solitude lets Thoreau connect deeply with nature completing life simplicity and beauty. Okay, so that's it from my side. Further, I would like to invite Rahul.
So I am dealing with nature and solitude topic point. Thoreau was a prominent figure in the transcendentalist movement and which celebrate the importance of nature and solitude in human lives and how it impact on the human nature and its thinking process. uh, Philosophical significance of nature very well proved by Henry David Thoreau in this essay. He initially lived a simple life near nature and Walden Pond. Thoreau viewed nature as a source of inspiration and new thinking and knowledge of new content. Nature and solitude's great impact on Thoreau's thinking process and his thoughts. The nature environment served as a profound source of solitude, a sanctuary where he could retreat from the complexity of societal life. He very well lived in simple life and believed in simple thoughts and recovering the major thinking process of and work on own self. Thoreau's solitude is initially linked with the serene and untouched beauty of natural world. He believed in natural world, not he lived always alone and work on own self and his creativity and thinking process. So here my second, I would like to call Jayshree.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to discuss reflection and self-discovery in Thoreau's essay Solitude. Waldon Pond and its surrounding wilderness become an immersive backdrop of his contemplation and self-discovery. As Rahul mentioned about Waldon Pond, that is a place surrounded by nature. So where he lived 2 years of his life and he got Waldon or the life in a wood. The environment itself became an essential element of the solitude he sought, fostering a deep connection between his inner reflection and the serene, unspoiled beauty of the landscape. He believed individuals could achieve a deeper understanding of themselves, unburdened by social expectations and enriched by the simplicity of contemplative solitude. For example, if we see in our life that if we go to a trip or any place which is surrounded by nature, so we can feel that everything is going right, even though we have so many problems in our life, but still we think that everything is right when we are surrounded by nature. So here is the quote that says, I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude in Walton. Now I would like to call Jay Solanki for furthermore.
Good afternoon to everyone. Now I will dealing with the embracing individualism. That in this individualism, how solitude connect and how we can connect idea of in this essay. So celebration of independence and self-reliance takes center stage, echoing his transcendentalism, transcendentalist beliefs, emphasize the transformative power of the self-reflection and solitude. If contented by withdrawing from the noise of society, individually, individuals can discover their authentic self and culture a deep sense of independence. Thoreau's advocacy for self-reliance is rooted in the idea that individual possess a innate wisdom that can guide their lives. Through introspecting in solitude, one can tap into inner wisdom and forge a path based on personal value rather than conforming to societal norms. Thoreau suggests that societal expectations often stifle individuality. Solitude then becomes a sanctuary where individuals can liberate themselves from external judgments and expectations. Now I would like to invite Priyanshi for further remarks.
I am dealing with this topic, spiritual growth in solitude. In Henry David Thoreau's Waldon, the author vividly illustrated the concept of spiritual growth in solitude through his own transcendent experience. In the solitude of the woods near Waldon Pond, Thoreau embraced a deliberated simplicity of life and distancing himself from the complexities of society. Through solitude, he sought a deeper connection with nature, viewing it as a means of understanding the essence of existence. Thoreau's daily communion with the natural surroundings became a form of meditation, foresting of profound introspection. In solitude, I found the silence that speaks louder than the noise of the world, revealing the spiritual whispers of nature. Thoreau, inspired by transcendentalism ideals, suggested that by immersing oneself in solitude, away from the distraction of society, individuals can attune themselves to the subtle rhythms of the universe. Thoreau teaches us that solitude isn't an absence but a presence of the divine that unfolds when we are undisturbed by the clamor of societal demands. So I would like to call Jay.
Good afternoon everyone. A contrast to modern society. In a contrast to modern society, Thoreau implicitly critiqued the frantic pace and materialistic pursuit of contemporary life. Thoreau is exploration of solitude, a purpose in alternative to the social pressure and artificial desire that dominate modern existence. Thoreau suggests that retreating into solitude is not an act of escapism but a deliberate choice to reconnect with authenticity by distancing oneself from the superficiality of social norms. Individuals can rediscover their true selves and live on harmony with nature's simplicity. Now conclusion part with Vishwa.
By conclusion, Thoreau is writing a solitude to persuade his audience that living alone in close communion with nature is good for the body, mind and soul. Using smile, Thoreau compares his serenity to lacks a calm surface and compares the friendliness he feels from nature to an atmosphere that sustains him. Many points by solitude explained by these guys in through his explorations of nature and introspections, he invites youth to embrace the transformative power of solitude in finding meaning and connections in the world. Thank you, our teams. Grateful to you. Thank you.